Hey, we have Rick Crosslin here with some springtime critters that Randy's a huge fan of. You're just a snakes guy, right?
Oh, yeah, I love snakes. I haven't moved a muscle in about 5 minutes to stand in
I can take him from
you want to take him?
Yeah.
It's a king snake.
Yes.
From Florida?
Tell us some facts about king snakes.
Well, there is an Indiana king snake, but this one's actually Appalachian, Florida. And the king snake, they call them king snakes because they eat other snakes and plus rodents. They're a great part of the ecosystem, and they grow quite large. We have 3 large black snakes in Indiana. And the reason I brought the snakes is it's springtime. I like going out in the woods looking for mushrooms.
Yeah.
And I find lots of turtles and lots of snakes. And if you're out hunting, the best thing to do is just look at them, walk away.
You don't kill them. I mean, the thing is, they help the environment. They really do.
And don't take box turtles home. A box turtle lives within probably 1 mile of where it was born.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
but this turtle here is from South America.
But it's a tortoise, right?
That's a tortoise.
What's the difference between a tortoise and a turtle?
Yeah, that's a great question. I get that a lot. They're both in the same family, but a turtle is more aquatic and its shell goes through water better than a tortoise, which is more rounded. But this guy could probably get in water, and they don't do a lot. They have to have a nice warm temperature. Oh, he's actually moving. That's pretty good.
But same speed as me in the morning. So.
You guys are doing really good. A lot of people have fear.
You're doing a great job, Kayla. Yeah.
Thank you.
My number one rule is never scare people with animals. I mean, animals are beautiful, and so I don't do that.
That's a beautiful snake.
Yeah,
it really is.
It just shed its skin yesterday. Snakes, as an adaptation, if you crawl through the grass and had no arms, you get scratches.
Sure.
And so, Kayla, you don't like it looking at you, right?
I don't want it in my face.
Well, then just move it away.
Give you a kiss, Kayla.
Yeah. And so,
take it there.
The kids love these animals.
Have we talked about the spider yet? Because it's literally crawling all over you.
Yeah, you keep going about the tarantula.
Yeah, this one is from Nicaragua. It's a curly-haired tarantula, and they live to be about 20 years.
Wow,
and
amazing.
They are a great pet. As long as any pet, you got to make sure you take care of its needs. This guy eats mice, and I don't know if you can see this, but he's shooting out of a spinneret's web out of the back. So people, I can see it right here.
So how can it be fast enough to catch a mouse? You think the mouse would get away?
It's an ambush predator. This one wouldn't need a mouse. This one, a larger tarantula, there's one called the bird-eating tarantula in South America, which would. But we have no tarantulas in Indiana, so unless they're in a pet store or zoo.
They do out like in Texas and Oklahoma, right? Yeah,
there's, they do. But this guy is beautiful. I love, and they shed their skin. This is what's cool about. They shed their skin. How you doing over there?
I don't like that it's like all tangled.
Well, actually, it's fine. Your arms are tangled a bit. So they shed their skin. This is a shed of one I've had. Complete exoskeleton. So this guy is a invertebrate, which means if I dropped him, he'd go crack mush.
Oh, really? So you can't drop him?
No, don't drop him. That guy would go mush crunch because he has an internal vertebrae skeleton. So one way to divide animal groups is backbone or no backbone. This has no backbone. So it's kind of cool. And I'll put this guy back in here. I know if he gets on my back, none of you are going to get him off, are you?
Nope.
I mean, I can promise that I will try. Will I be successful? I don't know.
Do you want to hold the tarantula?
I already did in the beginning of the show, and you know what?
See that.
That's one of those things that you don't need to do twice.
This little guy, I'm kind of interested in this guy.
Oh, look at that guy.
Yeah, he'll get up to the size of a dinner plate. This is a Pac-Man frog. He eats anything you put in front of him. Pac-Man frog. And, it's actually a horned frog, but kids, that snake might eat that frog. So I would not want that to happen.
That would look good on live TV. Do we have those kind of frogs in Indiana?
No, we have beautiful frogs. We have the gray tree frog, which is protected, but this guy's from South America. And frogs and turtles, all these things, they don't do a lot. But kids, we're fascinated. We're studying these in Wayne Township.
And schools can have you come out, right?
Yes.
I think this snake wants the frog.
Yeah, he's smelling. Look at his tongue. His tongue has...
and I'm holding him while he's hungry.
His tongue...
you dropped a frog?
No, he's right there.
Oh, okay.
So a snake has an adaptation, which is a body part or a behavior. He has a split tongue. It's got a Jacob's organ. And if you think about it, he smells and senses with his tongue. So splitting it gives more surface area to catch the molecules, bring it back inside of the top of the roof of his mouth. And yeah, you saw he got more active?
Yes.
I think he
He's awake.
smelled that frog.
Look at him, he's on the prowl.
He can smell the frog then.
Yeah, they do it with their tongue. They smell with their tongue. And look at the scale, the difference of the scales. Can you see the bottom of his belly? Those flat scales. Put your finger underneath one of them. They're for your fingernail. See how I do that fingernail?
Oh, look at that, yeah.
That's for moving. And they also don't have eyelids. So that's another reason why you shed your skin, because you have this goggle over your eyes.
Do they always
fascinating.
Do they always feel like this, or is it because he just shed his?
No, usually most people think they're slimy, but go ahead and rub your hand across
Yeah,
them.
it's.
Did you feel any slime at all?
It almost just feels like plastic or something.
Yeah, it's very slick, and you know, there's people who love snakes. There's people who hate snakes.
That's right.
I just like people to be educated about snakes.
Yeah. Well, you're educating us. Thank you.
Yeah. There are 3 venomous snakes in Indiana. You'd be lucky to see 2 of them. Copperhead, those are more common.
Yeah.
And I, for the first time in 42 years down in Morgan Row, almost stepped on a 6-foot timber rattlesnake.
What?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
That's unusual. Rattlesnakes this far north.
No, they've always been in Morgan Monroe, and so have copperheads. But there's
real quick, do we have armadillos in Indiana? I heard we do in western Indiana.
I saw one stuffed at Texas Roadhouse. That'd be about the only one.
Okay.
Maybe down as far as Arkansas, I've seen them, but I don't buy.
Okay, not common.
Randy, keep in mind
Invasive
it's all fun and games until you step on a timber rattlesnake.